Morning all, it's Raoul here over in the UK at HQ and in our lovely salon, as you can see behind me. And obviously with the situation going on around the world with COVID-19 and the concerns that everybody has, it struck me that there may be something that we could do to help the wider community and obviously the salons and families affected by the situation. We have an amazing product called charcoal shampoo. As you all know, it's wonderful for the hair and a wonderful detoxer for preparation prior to colour. But also, maybe not always that well known, is charcoal is actually antibacterial and antifungal. So not only is it an amazing hair product, it is a fantastic skin, hand, body product. And that's what I want to talk to you about, because not only is it a fantastic lathering agent, but it has that antibacterial, antifungal property. And of course, as we know, all the advice and the most effective way of stopping the transmission of COVID-19 is to stop people getting dirty hands, touching surfaces, and then contacting and then touching their face or their eyes, and then transmitting it or passing it on. So the hand washing process is absolutely vital in these concerning and troubling times. So I want to share this with you. I'm going to give you a little demonstration on how to wash your hands properly. This is a proven hand washing technique, disinfecting technique that's used in hospitals. We've had this technique here for 20 odd years. It's been on the walls around the washrooms, because obviously we're working in an environment that has to keep product clean, and the people working have to be clean. As you know, the shampoos, conditioners and so on have very, very low level antimicrobial action, low level preservatives, because we don't want to use any more preservative than we have to. So we have a very, very high hygiene rating, and obviously very cautious when handling product. So it's something we've always been doing, but it struck me this morning when I was thinking about how to do the next step and how we move through this crisis, that we actually could use our products for a much wider use than just hair. So I'm going to just step back to the sink, and hopefully you'll be able to see what I'm doing. I'll show you as I do it. But the key thing here, remember guys, is because the charcoal shampoo is black, you can actually see where you're washing your hands. And more importantly, you can see where you're not washing your hands. So for those of us with younger kids, or if you've got kids or even older, quite frankly adults, don't know how to wash their hands properly, but it's very difficult with normal soap, clear soap, to actually see what you have covered and what you haven't, and what you've touched and what you haven't. So with the lovely charcoal shampoo, not only are you getting the antibacterial, antifungal action of the charcoal and the fact that it absorbs dirt and particulates, you actually can see what and where you've washed, which is fantastic. So I'm going to demonstrate that now, and hopefully this will all come through okay. The first thing to remember is you remove watches, bangles, bracelets and so on. The other thing to remember when you're doing this sort of thing, deep cleaning, is rings. That's another area that can be, it can trap viruses and bacteria. So we've got our lovely charcoal shampoo in the pump dispenser, which is ideal. You do your pump and you start by palm to palm rubbing, and immediately you can see that's pretty effective. But you can also see where I haven't touched straight away because of the colour. Most people wash their hands by just going like that and then running their hands under water. So, but that's where you start. Start at palm to palm. You then put your hand over and rub like so, and work it in there. And you can see now, look at that, the gaps in there. And you do the other hand as well. So we've now got pretty effective, and maybe give it another right, back and front of hands. But again, you can still see clearly where there is where the gaps are. You may now start to dry out a little bit. You can always do a little bit more, So now you put palm to palm and the fingers interlock. So this is where you're getting into the fingers. So like this, and start to really work it in. Interlock, interlock, interlock. Now, again, a little bit more, but getting better, but there's still some gaps. I think you can see on the backs of the fingers, around the nail area. That is another area that harbours bacteria and germs. It's a really difficult area to wash because we don't actually wash the end of our fingers very well. So to do that, you clasp like this, and then you rub and roll, rub and roll, and what you'll see is now my fingernail area is now well washed or well covered. The next area, I think you can see, I'll put my hands down, is the thumbs. Always an area that's forgotten. So to do the thumbs, you wrap and roll and rub, wrap, roll, rub. Give it another little rub just to make sure. Okay, so now we have pretty much 2 hands completely covered. But as you can see, wrists. So that's why it's very important to finish with a rub around the wrists. Again, very often forgotten. Very important, and that's why short sleeves today. Lucky with the sun shining. So that is your steps. So just to recap, you pump palm to palm, right palm over left, left over right, fingers interlock together, backs of the fingers, thumbs, a little bit of extra rubbing on the palm, rotate on wrists. And there you have your complete hand wash. I'll just rinse that off, and again, that's the beauty of the product. This is now taken away bacteria, germs, so on. Very important you have a foaming product and you use warm to hot water as much as you can tolerate. That's another step, another tip that's very useful. And make sure you do rinse very, very well. Don't skimp the rinse. Keep rubbing, keep foaming. And the other thing is, with the charcoal, you can certainly see where you've left it. So if you do see any residue, you know that's some more rinsing. So I'll just finish that off afterwards, but turn that off. Make sure you've got a clean towel that's not shared by too many people. Ideally you want to just use it once if you can. Hand dryers obviously are available as well. So there we have it. So hopefully that's given you some help, useful advice. I think it's a time when we all need to share ideas and help each other. So with a bit of love from Organic Colour Systems in the UK to all you guys around the world, we really appreciate all the support, the help, the comments that come in on Facebook and social media have been fantastic. And this is about a community. So I wish you all the best, stay safe, and God bless. Thank you.